because that was sort of towards the end.
Totally. Let's just start over. We'll do top. We'll go. I'm switching diet and CBD. Sorry. So.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Okay.
But, okay.
So so here's our top 10 holistic ADHD support tips. My number one support tip is diet. You've got to clean up your diet, eat real food, avoid processed things like sugar and things that have added high fructose corn syrup is evil. Let me just say that high fructose corn syrup is evil. At one point, I realized that I heard that there was a study that HFC, high fructose corn syrup, exacerbates the symptoms of ADHD in kids. And when I read that and heard about this study, I thought, I shouldn't eat that stuff. So then I started looking at the food that I love to eat. At that time, this was like 10, 12 years ago, I ate a lot of Yoplait yogurt, a lot of Milton's brand spongy, bread. I ate a lot of bagels and cream cheese. Anyway, I started looking at all the ingredients of everything that I loved to eat.
Has high fructose
it all had high fructose corn syrup in it. Like, I was hooked.
Ridiculous.
Welch's mango juice. Anyway, I cut that shit out. I started reading every label. That was one of the first steps I ever took. And diet is huge, but let's just say, cut that high fructose corn syrup out. You cannot have these things that mess with you.
Refined sugar, really. Sugar is more addicting than heroin, they say.
Yeah.
They've done research studies with mice, and the mice get more addicted to sugar than heroin. It's food, basically.
Totally. Your body craves carbohydrates, so good luck with avoiding that intense addiction once you start having carbohydrate on crack. My second tip that I was going to say is CBD and also magnesium. These are both things that are calming to your brain. So supplementing your body with CBD, whether you eat gummies throughout the day, take a tincture,
it also helps with anxiety.
Yes,
so getting rid of the anxiety
it takes away that
a lot.
It takes away that hyperactive what am I doing? It kind of helps to calm you down and slow you down. And magnesium can help with calming as well, and it's good for a lot of things in the body. Have you ever used CBD?
Yeah, I do. I do use it frequently, actually.
I use it to help me sleep, too, when I feel like there's kind of like a time of the month that I get a little bit of insomnia, it seems like. Almost every month.
Really?
It's usually...
It's like all month for me.
Oh, really? Hard time sleeping?
Yeah. I do tend to have a hard time sleeping, especially if I haven't done much, because then my brain is still going and going.
You need to get a bunch of stuff accomplished so your brain can calm down. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, schedule...
That leads us right into the schedule. Yeah, it's very important, right?
Yeah. When I was younger, I thought, I don't need a schedule. I just wake up whenever, go to sleep whenever, stay up till 4 a.m, wake up at noon. I don't give a shit. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that maintaining a morning routine, trying to get up at the same time each day, trying to go to bed at the same time, trying to eat food. Yeah, I have a need to eat meat o'clock thing. It's like when I start to feel kind of shaky and irritable, I know that it's time for me to have animal protein. But again, it's like maintaining some kind of system to where I try not to let myself look at my phone when I first wake up. I don't want to get sucked into text messages or videos or notifications.
That's a bad habit. I got into a habit of doing that, and I found that I wasted 2 hours every morning because I get sucked into my phone. I'm like, oh my god, I have to get going and do things.
And if you
especially if you're self-employed, or
and you have a flexible schedule, you could kill time all the time. So if you don't have a schedule of someone, oh my gosh, if you don't have a schedule of a regular job where you have to be there at 9 every day and you're off at 5 every day, if you kind of have this flexible schedule, that's amazing. But you got to get some kind of routine built in to your morning and evening to help you wind down and help you ramp up. I do yoga.
Same.
A little bit of meditation or reading a book. I try to do these things first thing in the morning. I make my tea and I stretch my body and I do a little bit of calm, quiet something.
Some kind of meditation is really good to do in the morning. I used to do it at nighttime because it felt more natural, but it helps in the morning to gear my focus.
Yeah, because you're also letting your brain know. Maybe your thoughts are oh, I have all the stuff I want to do today, and your ADD brain starts going, let's go do stuff, let's do stuff. And you go, wait a minute, brain, I'm going to make you sit still. And it helps you basically gain control over your thoughts.
So then you can actually do those things that you want to do.
Right.
So
all right.
Schedule is good and important.
Huge. It took me till I was 35 years old before I decided that I needed to have a routine each day, regardless of what time I have to go to work.
I think I just discovered this last year. You're good.
All right, good. Okay, I don't feel so bad. Number 4 is essential oils. I have gotten really into essential oils in the last few years, and maybe the last 10 years.
Are we on number 5?
Nope.
Oh.
Diet, CBD,
okay.
schedule. Schedule and routine were 1.
Okay.
Okay. So essential oils, I've discovered, can help with a lot of things, especially anxiety, especially depression, especially basically like they can really help your mood balance and PMS, all kinds of stuff. I actually make essential oil blends, but I'll tell you guys about that in another video.
Yeah, I really like that focus blend that you gave me a long time ago. Yeah, it helps.
Okay.
It helps.
So I found some oils. I wanted to make a blend, and I started looking up what the found some oils. Somebody told me that this certain oil was really nice. I made a blend, and then I started looking up what the therapeutic benefits were of those oils. Vetiver. Vetiver. Cedarwood. Maybe even sandalwood too. And oh gosh, what's the last one? Vetiver, sandalwood.
Wasn't there a citrusy one?
Oh, in the blend I make there's citrus because I love citrus and everything. It's very uplifting. But oh gosh, it was cedarwood, vetiver, maybe also frankincense. Basically these earthy, like grounding oils. Turns out that those are good for ADHD. They basically calm you down and help you focus. And oils are amazing because you can just like put it on, you know, like you can put it on like every couple of hours while you're like working on something. It really does help you just kind of like stay on task, but you have to reapply it frequently.
Yeah, you have to reapply. I found that the thing that helps me focus is it's like a trigger kind of to like remind me what I'm doing. When I put that on, I'm like ready to focus. I put it on and I'm smelling it, and as long as I'm smelling it, I'm reminded to focus. But there's probably also things in the essential oils that get into your bloodstream through your skin that help as well.
I mean, who knows who came up with these oils are good for these things, but people have been using oils and herbs for thousands of years, way longer than they've been using pharmaceutical drugs. So just saying. Number 5, my top 5, high protein diet. I know we already touched on diet a little bit. For me, I'm a type O blood type. Whether you believe in the blood type diet or not, I heard from, again, a lot of holistic practitioners, acupuncturists, people that I respect, people that are really fit and look really healthy and have amazing, strong, muscular bodies, which I don't mind whatsoever. And they were like, high protein, paleo. And I was like, I tried it. I was like, I have to try it. I'm not going to know if it works for me unless I try it. And I started consciously choosing to eat animal protein once a day. Whenever I'd get that like agitated, edgy feeling of like, I can't seem to, you know, calm down and focus, and I'm craving carbs. Like I just want to keep eating. I just want to keep eating. So I would eat meat or eggs, animal protein, and I'd be like, oh, there we go. I feel satiated. So those are my top 5.
I discovered a long time ago that eating eggs in the morning helps me concentrate a lot better than like oatmeal or cereal.
Right.
Because it gets me longer through the day.
And that's a blood sugar stabilization tactic. So by eating high fat, high protein, you're stabilizing your blood sugar. You're not riding this carbohydrate roller coaster. And then you don't need all the stimulants and all the, you know, like caffeine's another thing. We'll talk about that with Make It Worse, because a lot of people self-medicate with caffeine. But
I'm guilty.
Yeah, for like 20 years, I didn't know I was ADHD. I just drank 5 cups of coffee every day. No big deal. I start to feel kind of like a little drop at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and I'd be like, more coffee. And it's like, now I know that I need to like take a nap and let my brain process for a while, and then I'll be refreshed. I don't need to just like stay go the entire time. Hey, all right, let's try to get through these last 10 before.
Really quick, there's something on the screen there. I don't know what it says.
It's probably low power mode.
Low battery. Do we need to plug this in? Should we pause it before we do the next set?
Here, let's do low power mode. We're still recording. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Especially since I've got you and you can edit things.
Yeah.
So do you want to mention the high fat, number 6?
Okay, so yeah, for me, high fat was really important. I think I mentioned earlier about the eggs.
I'll get a cord. Keep going.
Okay. So eggs really helped a lot. That was the first thing. When I was vegetarian, actually I was vegan for a little while, and then I decided maybe I should incorporate.
You were vegan for quite a while, right? Like
for like a couple years.
Like a couple years. It wasn't like 2 months. Yeah.
And then so I decided to go back to being vegetarian because I realized that the animal fat really helps me to concentrate, makes me feel calmer and more focused during the day.
So fat and protein. Who would have knew? You're supposed to eat exactly the opposite of what the food industry tells you to eat.
So then I watched this movie, a documentary called The Magic Pill.
Yes!
And when I saw the difference in like how people were being treated for autism with a high-fat diet, I was like, you know what? ADHD is like kind of close to the autism spectrum, especially if you're the inattentive type like me. And I thought, maybe I should give that a chance because even though I don't agree with like the whole factory farming thing, it is, it is natural for people to eat meat because that's how our brains developed biologically.
Right. Animals have been eating animals since the beginning of time.
Right. So I switched.
It's a bummer. It's not fun. It doesn't feel.
I don't. Yeah, but
it's not like you're happy about it.
But if you like, I switched to like free range and like grass fed beef and like made sure I got organic everything. Because I felt better about that, and it's better for you too. It's better to eat clean.
Oh, absolutely.
So that made a huge difference in my life. Like my life changed after I incorporated animal fats into my diet. But
me too.
Avocado and coconut oil also help. It's
right.
just not quite
like,
enough for me personally.
Yeah, you could still be vegan and do keto. But you'd have to.
It's very difficult.
You'd basically
I tried.
Yeah, you'd eat.
It's
like,
extremely difficult.
You'd eat coconut
especially if you
oil.
have to meet. Especially if you have to make meals with people.
Oh god.
And they're like, "What the hell is this?"
Yes.
Like
you're like, I'm eating a bowl of coconut oil with nut butter on top, and for breakfast I'm gonna have
just an avocado.
An avocado. Yeah, because
I can't do the toast.
You can't do the starch. You can't do the cereals or the grains. Yeah, grains are like different people have different makeups. You might do well with a vegetarian diet or like a lot of complex carbohydrates from beans and grains. I do, but that might be your body type. You have to try these different things. Are you an O blood type too?
No, I think
you're
I'm A plus or something. But I do all right with whole grains like oats and quinoa, whatever it's called.
Quinoa.
And like rice, but
so there's not the refined
grains,
stuff. Yeah.
Can't do the processed grains. Like it's no good.
Okay, what's your number 7?
So my number 2, or the number 7 in the whole thing, is nootropics and supplements. So, or nootropics, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but there's an array of different kinds of nootropics you can get that can help with focus. One of the ones that I like is phenylethylamine. You only need a little tiny bit. There's also, what was the...
We can put a link in the description.
Yeah, I'm going to put a link to
so it's like
the top.
Thing you can buy
I have
online?
I do like a nootropic stack with some minerals, like the magnesium is a really good thing to take with it because it helps.
I don't know anything about nootropics, so I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll give you more information.
I know about microdosing, but I don't know about this other thing.
So,
but it's basically like
it's like plant or animal compounds or even hormones sometimes.
Okay.
They're like it's not like pharmaceuticals where they're all processed down to the molecular level.
Or it's made in a lab. It's more like
it's made in a lab, but it's like I can't really say exactly how it's made because I really don't know. All I know
or we're not like
I'm not a lab technician.
Pharmacist. Yeah,
I don't know, but I do know that
it's made to work in the brain, right?
And, well, it helps. There's some that help with your body, too. There's all different kinds. And I'll put a link to a website that you can get, like, a lot of different kinds of nootropics. But the ones that have helped me the most is... give me a second to think here. I can
let's move on to the next one because I need to make sure that like my client's not going to like be here right now. Okay.
I'll have to add that in afterwards because honestly, I have a terrible memory and I'm just not having a great day with my symptoms for various reasons that I won't go into detail about right now. But I will do a video later on my channel detailing all the different nootropics and the benefits of them and how you can stack them together to achieve a benefit like better focus and better clarity throughout the day.
And we're going to make another video about things that make ADHD worse. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's because it's just as important to recognize the things that will make you worse as better.
More difficult. Okay, so
the second one is supplements.
Number 8 is supplements, and I find that supplements help a lot too. Omega-3 probably be my favorite.
Yes, omega oils are best. Fish oil, take that every day. They're also they're also anti-inflammatory, and I just feel like
there's some that I haven't
lubricates the brain.
There's some that I haven't tried, like ginkgo and
ginkgo biloba is one of my main ones.
Do you like that one?
Yes,
I haven't tried that yet, so now I feel like I should try it because I'm just like I want to know if someone else actually used it and how to help benefit from it.
Yeah, it helps me. Ashwagandha helps. Also, this. Sometimes it helps, sometimes, especially at nighttime. 5-HTP can help, especially with if I'm having like a high anxiety day,
right?
And that's why I can't concentrate. I'll take some 5-HTP.
So yeah, the thing with the whether you are what kind of combination of symptoms you might have, the main you know, some of the issues that ADDers have is that our brain doesn't want to shut down, and it's kind of like on high alert all the time. So we almost have to get like exhausted in order to get to shut down, or we have to have a lot of mental activity and a lot of like cognitive function. Like say you've been working on a really complicated project and doing tons of communicating with a bunch of different people for like 4 days in a row. At the end of that, you might be extremely mentally exhausted and just want to take a nap for 2 days. But
it is important to have, and this is our number 9. It is important to have exercise.
Boom.
I found for me, if I'm just sitting at a desk all day trying to focus, it's like fighting an uphill battle. I got to get out and take a walk. I do yoga every morning to I do it for my back as well as for my brain.
Right.
Because it's kind of like a meditative exercise. Yeah, it gets the blood moving. It gets you concentrating on your breath and your body instead of all the thoughts buzzing around in your head.
Exactly. It kind of like grounds you. Again,
and then it also helps me to sleep better at nighttime.
Yeah, like I remember when I was having a lot of insomnia problems, and I was going through a breakup and had a lot of anxiety about what I had been through in that relationship. And I had so much trouble sleeping and just constant like ruminating about stuff from the past. And I started working out at the gym. This was when you got me to go to Planet Fitness a few years back. And I started doing legs, right? And I was like, oh, this is so hard. And I would do, but again, it felt so good while I was doing it. But then I'd be so sore. And I remember thinking, you want to know a cure for insomnia is leg day. Like, like strength training and kind of like, I love strength training, and I have not been doing enough of it lately during this whole quarantine, and I feel like my ADD is a lot worse. And
same
I don't have a schedule. I don't know what day it is. Nothing really matters because I'm not really going to work on a regular basis, and everything's so different and weird that I'm kind of all over the place, and I'm like, dang. But getting exercise.
It was hard to get exercise when the gym was closed. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I can't. And I live in Florida, where it's hot. Yeah, it's open now. Okay. But like, I didn't know what to do because it's too hot to exercise outside. It's like literally dangerous. And I'm stuck inside. I don't have no gym. I'm like, oh my god. So I just started doing like an hour of yoga every day, and I was like, I got to do what.
Well, and you can do like strength yoga with lots of like push-ups.
Yeah, I have this little 8-pound weights. I use those too sometimes.
Okay, what was your number 10? This was
so
your
the last one.
This, and I have thoughts on that. But what does that mean to you?
Environment is really important. So like what you have around you, and what is around you is affecting you. For example. Let's say that you live with like 5 roommates and they're all kind of chaotic and messy. Yeah, same.
Oh God.
And there's just stuff everywhere. You don't know what belongs to who, and your little desk is in the middle of the living room where people are buzzing around, and you're gonna have a hard time concentrating. Even if you don't have ADHD, you're gonna have a hard time concentrating.
Right, and even if like. What if you have friendly roommates that are like, hey, how's it going? What's up? Hey, what's up? And I had a couple roommates at one point.
Everybody likes that, but it's not that productive.
I had a couple roommates at one point who would always just like say hi to me and want to chit chat whenever we were in the same room. And I felt really warm and like welcomed by that. However, if I was trying to get something done or stay focused on a task and this person would talk to me, I'd be like, And I remember being like, I don't know how to ignore someone. So
I have that same problem.
I feel like I can't just ignore people. So I feel like it's disrespectful. So what I had to learn how to do, which took me years to recognize that I needed to do this, was I had to tell people, hey, the way my brain works is this. Could you please, like, if I'm doing something, like, just don't talk to me? And they'd be like, well, you know what? So sometimes it was great.
Sometimes people will be like, I don't understand. I just need to talk to you for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Like, the problem is it takes me 20 minutes to
get back on track.
My focus to focus on what I was focusing on. And the same goes with that work. Like, I had a desk. This one job that I had a
like
desk.
2 more minutes we can record for, okay?
Okay.
Can I say something about modifying environment?
Well, hold on. Let me just finish. Like, I had a desk that was in a room with a bunch of other desks, so I'm constantly in the middle of everything. And my boss would really get on me about like how much time I was spending on projects and record my time. And eventually I ended up getting fired because I guess they felt like I wasn't productive enough. But looking back, and I wish I had known this back then, I needed a way to shut out everything and everyone around me, because it was like all day long people coming to me, giving me things, and like trying to talk to me
like about, all this interruptions.
And I really should have had like a time of day where people could come talk to me instead of just take my head. What do you want?
That's the thing too with the whole hyper-focusing thing. If you're ADD, you know about hyper-focusing, and when you get into it, like I can't stand doing math or money related. Okay, I'm going to take that back. I am getting better about my financial stuff. And what that means is I've always been like averse to like having to look at all these things. I don't like the numbers. It's not the language my brain speaks. So I'm not like excited about
Same.
getting up and getting into my accounting and filing my own taxes for the 5th year in a row. But the thing is, I'm getting a lot better at it because I know that once I set up my space, I clear the room. I can't have visual noise. That's my issue. Is clutter or like a person or an animal that wants my attention. I feel pulled in all these different directions. So I have to like close the door, create a space, put music on, whatever, some kind of, set the tone, set the space so that it's like, hey, I'm working on something right now. Please don't bother me while I'm working on this. And if you have cool people that you live with, they will respect that and they'll be like, oh, I want to let you work on that. You're focusing on that. I want to leave you be while you're focusing on that. But say I'd lay out all my documents and kind of get my files out and like get my stuff all set up, I would get into the flow. I would get into the flow of like managing all this, organizing receipts and whatever. And so even though it's not my favorite thing to do, once I get into the flow of it and I'm like,
you get in that
I'm putting on the spreadsheet and I suddenly get into this, hyper-focused state where I can work on this for 3 or 4 hours and I can get a ton of this stuff done as long as I'm not interrupted. And there's not a bunch of distractions around me. So another environmental modifier you can do is mute all the notifications on your phone.
Yeah, turn it into airplane mode.
Just make sure that nothing is going to demand your attention.
I take my phone and I put it away so I can't even see that it exists.
Right?
If I can't see it,
I don't
it
want
doesn't
to deal
exist.
with it. Yep.
That's kind of how my brain works. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist. That's why I decided to get an office, because for years I've had my own home office, but with the dogs and the family and just everybody just like poking their head, even just putting a curtain over my door to say, like, I'm working right now, don't bother me, that wasn't enough because I can, everything is right out there. Like, if I get up to go to the bathroom, I see it out there.
Right.
So in an office, I can't see any of that. It doesn't exist. I have nothing to do but work.
I'm thinking of ones for our What Makes It Worse thing, and I was going to, the procrastinating. I can be so easily distracted by messes that I want to go clean up, and I think it's because...
that was a main...
I think it's because our brain wants a win. So, like, if you clean up something...
It's that dopamine seeking
you're
behavior.
like, oh, I just cleared the desk. And you can get that done in, like, 5 or 10 minutes, where our time management issues are one of the hardest things, I think. And it's like, in my mind, it's going to take me hours to get a certain thing done or work on a certain kind of project, and therefore I procrastinate doing that project because I think it's going to take so long. And what I've learned is to just start working on the project and... just work on it for a period of time, because if you
give
avoid
yourself like 15-minute nuggets.
Just do a chunk
even
of it.
Even if you only get like this much done, it's progress. Like you were saying the other day, it's progress.
Yes.
Make some progress.
Making progress can be motivating in and of itself.
Yeah.
I think we should leave the bonus one off so we can wrap this up and I can make sure.
We'll add it in a different video some other time.
So we'll bring you we'll get you guys another video on dialectical behavioral therapy.
That's something
which I don't know much about, but I know therapists that do it, and Beccah has had benefit from it.
Yeah, it helps me out a lot.
That's
when
the bonus one.
Like a few years ago, again, we won't go into detail about that, but you should do a video with one of your therapists.
Okay, great idea. See,
I'm sure
ideas just pour out of ADD people's brains.
I know.
I love it.
It's like an constant
I didn't even think about that.
Of
I
ideas.
could just interview one of these people, which will be promotion for them, and they can tell me about what the heck DBT is all about.
Yeah, it really helped me. So.
Is it like hypnotherapy, or is it like?
It's more like behavioral therapy.
Okay.
It's like changing the way your brain the way that you talk to yourself, to change your behavior.
Okay.
But you can Google it.
Tell me the favorite thing that you say to yourself now that you. I used to say to myself a lot of, God, I suck. Why do I always screw this up?
I used to really beat myself up.
Why can't I do this differently? How come I can't just be on time? What the hell is wrong with me? And I still have some of those thoughts, but I've switched them to
if I catch
things
myself,
like, I'm doing better.
Yeah,
I'm
if I
doing
catch myself
better.
saying those, I say, I can do this. One of my favorite phrases is...
I'm always improving.
There's that. And then, I can do this. I just have to find the way that I do it best. So sometimes it's not a matter of you can't do it. It's a matter of finding the way that you do it. Like you can't criticize a fish for not being able to climb a tree. It's supposed to be in water. We're neurodiverse, so we have to find diverse ways of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
all right.
That about sums it up, right? We did actually touch on the bonus.
We did touch on the bonus.
Do we have any more time?
I don't know. So because we took so long to get this
like,
thing
10 minutes
happening
before your
today,
client
we
gets here.
actually
So-
we started about 2 hours late. If there's one thing,
We were supposed to do it in the morning, and then it ended up being like 4 o'clock in the afternoon before we got
so
started.
you know what?
It's okay though.
But you know
we
what?
got
We
it
did
done.
it.
We
We
got
did
it done.
So
yeah.
what matters more than when you do it is that you do it. So
Yes.
not doing anything because you're being a perfectionist or because you're holding back for whatever reason for the lighting to be perfect or the whatever to be
Right.
means that YouTube video is probably not going to get made.
Yeah.
So if there's anything in this video that helped you or that resonated with you or that you felt was like, oh, that's awesome, thank you, let us know in the comments so that we can feel like, hey, we
Yeah.
made this for a purpose. This actually helps somebody.
Yeah.
Because the goal is to get the information out there that can benefit others because we've learned ourselves with how to
And-
help ourselves with these tactics. I hope some of these helped you, and
I'm guessing that there's probably some more holistic solutions to ADHD that other people have that maybe we don't
Yeah.
know about. So
If
we'd love to
you-
hear about that in the comments as well.
yeah, let us know what you think of this. And if you want more content like this, come on back some other time and check it out. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Thank
This
you.
was the Beccah Show, first episode.
The
have a
Beccah
great
and
day.
Beccah show. Bye bye.
Oh God, I hope it turned out okay.
I just hope we didn't like
26 minutes.